Hey everyone, welcome to Amplify Digest. I'm your host Lars Schmidt, and I'll be breaking down some of the top news and trends and all things people in 5 minutes or less. So let's dig right in. You probably saw the news about Elon Musk last week, requiring Tesla employees to spend at least 40 hours in the office. Immediately following that announcement, he sent another announcement saying that they are overstaffed and they're aiming for about 10% layoffs. So again, he's the CEO. He can make those calls and employees will opt in or out with their feet. And if they're opting out, Atlassian will happily take them. We often use the term war for talent, which I think is bullshit. But in this case, I thought it was kind of funny. Atlassian directly targeting Tesla employees with promoting their work from anywhere program. So again, in this new world of work, if you want to go into the office, there's going to be companies for you. And if you don't, there's going to be companies for you too. I want to shout out Oyster for this fantastic program that they launched last week. It is a new platform aimed at helping refugees find work. And they have a dedicated website that you can use. Links to this and all the articles I'm walking through will be in the blog post for this Amplify Digest. But big hat tip to Tony Jamis and the entire Oyster team for really, I had him on the podcast a few months back, and he talked about some of the mission-driven elements of Oyster, and they are really living that with this program. So check that out, and if you have openings, definitely recommend you taking a look at this platform and seeing if you can help some of these refugees find work. Microsoft has another fantastic report, their Future of Work Report 2022. All of their reports, they've really been on point lately with their kind of new world of work and future of work reports. Great metrics, great graphics, great visuals. These are the kind of things that I recommend you hold on to, because as you're advising your leadership team and your executives about some of the changes that are taking place, there's a tremendous amount of data in these reports that you can bring back to your executive team to keep them advised of what's happening in the space, and advocate for some of your programs if you're looking to do things that align with some of these trends. I also want to flag this great piece by Maiton. It's about burnout in HR and HR leadership more specifically. And, Mai has been writing about this and talking about this for years. And so I really appreciate her perspective, and she nailed it again with this other piece. So particularly for those of you in HR leadership roles, I imagine you're going to see yourself in elements of this piece, but this is definitely worth your time. And again, Maya has been a very vocal voice and leader in helping HR leaders work to kind of manage their own burnout. And another great piece from Josh Bersin. Obviously, you've seen, especially in tech, a lot of the news of layoffs over the last month, over 15,000 in the last month alone in tech. And you've probably heard about things like, Coinbase, last week announcing that they are rescinding offers already extended in an effort to manage spend and costs. And so, we're going into some level of downturn. To extent of it, we won't know for the next couple of months, but some strong words from Josh Bersin in this piece around really being mindful with your layoffs and not being cavalier about just cutting heads, because that can do a lot of brand damage to your organization. And when you pick hiring up again, it's going to make that much more difficult. So there's other options than just layoffs. And again, here's a piece from Josh I definitely recommend you reading, particularly if you're getting pressure to have reductions in your organizations that might not be the best long-term moves for the business. And then lastly, I wanted to share a preview. If you follow me on LinkedIn, you maybe saw this last week, but I've been working hard on the new Amplify Academy. That's going to be launching next month. And I've been sharing a look inside the kind of journey of building this new platform. And so one of the areas that I'm really focused on right now is building this course for first-time heads of people. And it's going to get into so many of the aspects that we rarely get trained on, from executive communication, building business acumen, crisis communication, and much more. So really excited to open this up to all of you next month, and I'll continue sharing previews along the way. Next week, I'm going to be at X, the Moonshot Factory, on Monday to record interviews with some of the CPOs in my network for the Academy and spend some time with their chaos pilot and my friend, AJ Thomas. So I'll be sharing some updates from X. AJ is actually hiring for her team, so we're going to talk about some of the roles and opportunities there. And that's a wrap for this week. So take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and I will see you next week.